it happened. And then along the line, I was able to win the top scorer of the tournament. So I think that's just the way to be a professional player. You get in there and then tell yourself it's not about you, it's about the team.
Agitations about your unpaid allowances, to you, was it like another drama episode?
Oh, well, this is Nigerian football, but this is something that is happening around the world, not just in Nigeria, about female football, females in sport to be precise, because it's not about football alone. Sports, when it comes to the female part, a lot of things happen, but it's not a problem. It's past now, so I don't think I have much to talk about that.
So what should we be expecting from Oshola?
Well, this year we have a great plan, personal plans, and also as a team. I think it's I have my team, we're working, but as an individual, my job first is to make sure I keep my brand at the top level, which is playing good football and getting goals, and also making sure the brand doesn't go down, keep myself and keep motivating people, So I think this year I have a good plan to make sure I stay at the top of my game, just to keep going and everything. So basically, for me, it's just about how you play your game and how you make sure you stay at the top and the best every time.
Well, I must thank you so much for being part of Hot Sports, and I wish you a successful career in China.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hot Sports cranks up the heat this Saturday with fresh sports news and incisive analysis, backed by exciting visuals. Hot Sports, your unique source of sport information, education and entertainment, inimitably delivered via hot, scorching argument where no one blinks. Don't miss it.
Welcome to the main segment of Hot Sports, where we, of course, address some of the main issues that characterize the world of sports this week. And I have with me a young man that won the award in the category of radio, talking about sports broadcasting at the Nigerian Sports Award late last year. I'm talking about Wale Adigun. Wale, you are very much welcome to Hot Sports this Saturday.
Yeah, it's good to be back. And did I just say back?
It's good to have you around.
Yeah, a fantastic platform. I've always longed to be here. I've always watched this program with keen interest since my childhood days, and this is like a dream come true. Thanks for having me.
And of course, watching with keen interest will be the UEFA Champions League, which we saw, and the story of Barcelona didn't quite go quite well. We saw a well-disciplined Italian side in Juventus holding on to that 3 goals advantage they had earlier in the first leg.
And that was the traditional Italian team for you. So well-structured, well-organized, defensively solid, and very, very good on the counter, although you have to question how much they got of the counter-attacks they got. But I thought over 2 legs, we saw the Juventus side that could attack, that got 3 goals against Barcelona, and the Juventus side that also could defense. And they become the 3rd side in European football history to keep Barcelona from scoring over 2 legs. They've only conceded twice in this competition. Just like Massimiliano Allegri said, the moment Bazzagli came on, they could play this game for another 2 days and they wouldn't concede. And that was the truth of the matter. Barcelona kept prodding, Barcelona kept on asking questions, but Juventus had all of the answers. And credit to them, fantastic defensive masterclass from Juventus on the night.
And of course, we have a Man U that narrowly just got through that very dicey game on Thursday night against the team from the team from Belgium, Anderlecht.
You felt that for Manchester United, their quality was always going to shine through, although they got scared with that equalizer, which made the game very much open, because at that point, if Anderlecht had got one again, Manchester United would have needed 2 more goals to progress. But they held their nerves. Zlatan got injured on the stroke of full time, but Marcus Rashford, promising talent, stepped up, had a good game overall, got the winning goal. United are in the semi-finals, and it's a competition they have to really focus on, because it's their route back, their realistic route back to the UEFA Champions League.
Well, talk about the battle of the top 4 in the EPL. This seems to be an easy route. Not an easy route, I would say. A very good option for Mourinho to get into the Champions League, as you have mentioned earlier.
Yeah, they need to show up, and you look at the caliber of teams left in the UEFA Europa League: Celta Vigo, Olympique Lyon, and Ajax. You feel that United are a step above the sides. There's Latin, there's Rooney, Anthony Martial up front. Defensively, hopefully they can get Marcus Rocco back because it's been solid for them, but got injured in that game. I think they've got what it takes to win the UEFA Europa League. But Lyon, young side, exciting side. Ajax also, young side, exciting side. Celta Vigo plays some fantastic technical football. I hope United can survive it. But the draws from Lyon, Switzerland will tell us so much more.
So you don't see United making the top four of the EPL?
It's difficult, but the critical thing for United is how they do in the Manchester derby. That is the game that decides if they will be able to crack top four. If they can beat Manchester City, fine, I will give them a fighting chance. They've got to also play Arsenal also, but Arsenal are in a good place right now. But the key thing for Jose Mourinho's team is beating Manchester City in the derby. That will tell us much more if they'll be able to make the top four or not.
Well, from Europe back home to Nigeria, where we're talking about the Nigerian league, how do you see the league without TV coverage? I think it's like going backwards. Yeah,
of course. Coverage, television coverage is very key. And for all of the occurrences that has always happened, first half of the season, debatable calls, controversy, violence, we've always highlighted the fact that once we have television coverage, all of this makes it much more easier to really assess. Dubious penalty calls, we can make calls. We can't really be assertive on them because we didn't see those games. We only rely on hearsays, and you only hear what the people want you to hear. So television is very much important, but I hope that it can be sorted out. That is the key thing for me, because we can't say that we are moving forward. We can't say that we want to be a growing league in Africa. We can't say we want to model our league after the Premier League, La Liga, and don't have television coverage. Then that means all of the partnership we've secured with La Liga for the next 5 years is in vain, because, hey, what do we watch? We only rely on going to the stadiums, which is not enough. If you want to sell the league, if you want to make it viable commercially, it has to be on television.
Well, the Nigerian league definitely has to be on television, because taking television off the league when we don't have live telecasts of our games back home here, it's like taking off sunshine from the league, and what you have is just dense darkness. We don't want to be in that state of dense darkness. We want to keep rolling on in that very positive way that we have been doing under the league management company. I hope issues will be resolved and we have live telecast of our games, just as it has been for the past few years. We have been talking about a rejuvenated, a revived, and a rebranded Nigerian league.
Yeah, well, we're getting there. We're getting there, but we're still taking baby steps. It's still an ascent for us. So let me use that word. Even with television coverage that we had, we've always complained that we don't get enough games.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand how you have 10 games on a match day or on a weekend and get to only see one. Doesn't make for good reading. But like I said, baby steps. Hopefully, maybe there's a next round of negotiation for television deals. And that brings me to competition. I think it's very important that also that we get the LMC, those in charge of the league, get a lot of people compete for the broadcast rights of the NPFL. Don't make it one-way traffic. I think there's a hegemony. I think there's a monopoly which has to be stopped. You need to bring in more people. Let them compete. We can do better than 1 or 2 games per match day. We see the Premier League. We get to see almost every game. We can do that in the NPFL. I'm even talking about, even in the South African PSL, you get lots of games Friday, Saturday, Sunday on show. But right here, the only time we get to see 2 games a weekend is when there's proximity. When Sunshine play and there's probably Shooting Stars playing, then there's coverage because of the proximity. We can do better than that, and I hope that the next round of negotiations will see us, or we'll see the LMC improve on this.
Well, all we want is a way forward for the Nigerian League. Of course, that is the base from where we tap talents that grow later to form big players that will join the national teams. We'll be back with the very, very top issue on Hot Sports this Saturday.
Follow Hot Sports on social media. We are at Hot Sports NG on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.